Lakers fans, NBA fans, what's good with y'all tonight? I gotta talk about this whole Lakers situation because I'm looking at it and it is not looking good. The Lakers are in some serious trouble and they put themselves in this situation. Right now, a couple hours ago, just got finished watching the Lakers-Pacers game. And the Lakers got blown out with LeBron on the floor against a Pacers team missing Victor Oladipo. And I could not believe what I was seeing. But I'm not surprised. The young guys out there, the young guys in the team right there, they are gone. They are so done with this team. They have lost all faith in the front office, and they seem to be holding some animosity towards LeBron James. Because it's different. If they play like this with no effort, without LeBron James there, then you can look at it and be like, it's the front office. But the fact that LeBron was on the court, and none of them had the heart to play, shows me that they're also looking at LeBron James and blaming him for this situation. And now it puts them in a situation where they have got to get that trade through. They have got to get that trade through. It's a kind of a lose-lose situation because if you get that trade through with Anthony Davis, then you're giving up all the talent you just put together. Your future, these are your future guys. These are the guys you drafted for your future. All your young talent's going to them. All these picks are going to them. Granted, they're going to probably be useless if you make the playoffs, but you're losing that young talent for Anthony Davis. And all Anthony Davis is going to do is give LeBron James and this Lakers team a possible chance to be able to compete with the Warriors. They're not winning a championship with LeBron James and Anthony Davis together. They'll be able to compete with the Warriors, and maybe, but they're not winning a championship. What happened? What happened to the season? I thought the plan for LeBron James and his Lakers team was LeBron was going to come here this year, help these young guys develop, help them take the next step, possibly make the playoffs and do something, but they weren't winning the championship this year. So I thought the plan was LeBron to help these guys develop, take the next step, then in free agency, with this whole class full of superstars here, that was going to be their pitch to them. That was going to be their pitch to a guy like Kawhi Leonard. That was going to be their pitch to them to Anthony Davis. That was going to be the pitch. Look, we got LeBron here, and he's helped these young guys develop and take the next step. All we need is a guy like you to come here, play along with these young guys, play along with LeBron James, and an unselfish team, and there we have it. Now you've got a team that could possibly compete with the Warriors and actually beat them and get to the finals and win a championship. I thought that's what LeBron was trying to do with this team. But all of a sudden, it turned from let's try to develop these guys this year and then in the summer get some superstars in free agency. Turn from that to we got to get Anthony Davis now in a trade before the trade deadline ends. What happened? Did this trigger because of the LeBron James injury? What happened? Why are they doing this now? Like, what is going on? I can't believe they decided to do this trade. I didn't think this was a good idea because with the Pelicans, they're not dumb enough to just give off a superstar like that to another team in the West. Look at the Spurs with Kawhi. They were not going to trade him to a team like the Lakers. They were not about to give another team in the West Kawhi Leonard. They sent him as far as they could to Toronto. Now you got the Pelicans telling me they want to help the Lakers? Nah, they're not that dumb. Now what they're doing is they're trying to see how desperate and how much the Lakers are willing to give up just to get AD. Now they're asking for all these players and 4 picks and all this amount just for one player. And they're going to continue to add more as the deadline gets closer just to see how desperate this Lakers team is to get Anthony Davis to that team. I'm telling you, it's going to be tough. If they don't get this deal through, they have no choice now. They have to find a way to get this deal through before the deadline ends. Because if you don't get this deal through, now you got an Anthony Davis that's going to go in the summer, possibly a trade. You're going to have to wait till summer. He's going to be a free agent, but they can still be able to trade him at that time. So maybe he can go to another team. Maybe he sees the problems in LA with LeBron and this team that clearly has some animosity towards him and the front office and didn't appreciate being on the trade deadline. Now all of a sudden you got locker room problems and they might actually miss the playoffs. So why would Anthony Davis in the summer see all of this and decide, I'm going to go play with LeBron James and this team? No, he wouldn't want to go there. It will make it harder for them to get superstars to want to go there, seeing all these problems with this team. It's going to make it harder for that. So if they don't get this trade deadline through, then LeBron James is put in a situation where you got all these young guys looking at him, blaming him for a situation he didn't really cause, but indirectly he did cause it because his influence is so great that the mentioning of another player is going to cause an entire office, a front office, to be like, we got to get him. And he just makes one remark, what was it, a couple months back, where he was like, yeah, Anthony Davis is a good player. I wouldn't mind playing with him. He makes a comment like that. All of a sudden, we got to get Anthony Davis by the trade deadline. Can you imagine if he said that about Damian Lillard? Damian Lillard's a great point guard. Any team would be lucky to have him. If I had him on that team, it'd be great. Do you understand how that front office would be crazy? Just moving around, just trying to get Damian Lillard to LA. That's the type of influence this guy has on his team. So these young players are looking at him and looking at the front office, looking at LeBron James and saying, look, maybe just because you didn't really say anything, you are the cause of this. Because of how great you are and the amount of influence you have on the team, this is what you cause. So now because of you making a remark, I'm going to get traded from the Lakers when I got drafted here and I thought I was going to help this team win the championship and be part of the Laker dynasty, I'm going to get traded? No. So now they don't trust the front office. They're looking at LeBron like his fault, and they don't want to play there anymore. So what are you going to do? If Anthony Davis doesn't get traded, you're going to have to give him all that talent, which is going to look bad for your future because all these all these young guys you got for your future, it's just been taken away. So your future is basically, well, we don't really have a future plan. We got LeBron and AD. Hopefully we can add more pieces in the summer, possibly win a championship, and then be trashed for like the next 6-7 years. That's all you really have now. If you don't get Anthony Davis, then you have a bunch of young guys who just don't want to play here anymore, just not playing their best. And that puts LeBron James in a situation where he's got to go out and put all this extra energy just to try and carry this team to the playoffs. And I don't know if LeBron wants to do that at this point in his career. He came to LA so he didn't have to do this anymore. And now he's going to possibly put in a situation where he's going to have to do this again. I don't know, guys. I just don't believe if that happens, if the worst comes to worst, and LeBron James isn't able to convince these players to give it all they got, and to give it all they have, and to just let go of what the situation became, I'm telling you, they're not going to try hard. And LeBron James may not want to put that energy out again at this point in his career. The Lakers might legitimately miss the playoffs. They are 27-27 right now. They're the 10th seed in the Western Conference. They are 3 games behind the 8th seed. And there are 28 games left in the regular season. They are going to have to go on a run. They can't afford losses like this to a team like Indiana. You can't afford that. I don't know what's going to happen, but at this point, they have to trade and get that trade done for Anthony Davis. That's the only choice they have. You can't leave these players here because they clearly don't want to play here anymore, and they don't look like they want to play with LeBron James anymore. You're going to have to get it done, Magic. That front office, you're going to have to figure it out. Whatever the Pelicans want, you have got to find a way to get this trade. You're sacrificing your future, but you don't have a choice. This is the situation for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's not looking good. It's kind of a lose-lose situation right now. But who knows? If they can get this Anthony Davis trade, fix the problems, and maybe get a superstar in the summer, hey, maybe this ends up turning good. They win 1 or 2 championships, and then LeBron James retires. Who knows? But it's looking bad right now. Good. That's all I got to say about this issue. Golly.